Hi friends, MD Vegan on my fasting day. Once a week I do the so-called gentle juice fasting. Gentle, we call it gentle because it is a non-violent way, a non-violent lifestyle that we live. We, that is Tri Yogis. I'm a Tri Yogi. I do practice TriYoga. That's it's the yoga for the 21st century, for modern times. Ancient yoga for modern times. It's a revolution. It's a new lifestyle. And we live in a flow. The flow comes into yoga through TriYoga. That is the one Kaliji, Yogini Kaliji, who invented it for the whole yoga world. Now everybody's in the flow and so, but it comes from TriYoga. And this principle of the flow is also a principle of non-violence. It's the higher principle, non-violence, living in compassionate life. You can say that too. And it breaks down to living gentle, being gentle to oneself, to others, to everywhere. That's the only thing. That's all. Very simple. And with fasting, I take away energy, food. I eat less calories on that fasting day. For that time, I fast. And that is, of course, it's a kind of violation. I reduce. I take less than I need. That's a little bit harsh. But the body responds with a new way of making energy. The body shifts its system to produce energy. Metabolism, that is called. The metabolism is changing then. Usually we burn sugar in the cells, mainly sugar from fruit, that's easy, and so forth. And that is the fuel for the cell. But on a fasting day, when you have less energy than you need, the body shifts into a mode of emergency, so to say. It begins to burn ketones. Ketones is a smaller molecule than sugar, and it's more efficiently to burn. And at the same time, we cleanse the body from inside. We let go what we don't need, and we pause the digestion. That's what it causes it. Digestion is very important. It's the main part of the immune system of the body, that we remain healthy. Immune system in the intestines. And when we pause digestion, all the energy that we take in, it can be used not for digestion anymore, because that's what most of the energy is used in, 60% of our food. We can use all that energy for cleansing, tidy up our mind, or memory, or being creative. So first we have to cleanse a little bit, and then the creative part and the peace of mind part begins. And we call it gentle juice fasting because we drink juices, for example, but we don't do it too harsh. So if you do it too harsh, it's not gentle anymore. You're pushing yourself, you're getting headaches or getting nervous, or it doesn't feel great. We always want to feel great in the flow. That's the idea. So to do that, I just make these delicious juices once a week. I make a new juice or plant milk, whatever I drink. I have to drink a lot on the fasting day. The body washes through. Everything has to be brought out of the body that is not needed anymore. So I drink a lot. That's important. Deep breathing also very important. Also the lungs are also a great way to eliminate things they don't need. Carbon dioxide to begin with, and more things. But on a fasting day, I begin, of course, with the juice, And the juice today I make is a green juice with a red juice combined. I have a beet, a large beet, or medium large, I would say, and a huge amount of kale. It's a kale beet juice, or beet kale juice. You see, that's a lot here. I pressed it all into that glass. The stems, everything. And a large beet cut into pieces, so it fits into the juicer. The juicer is another topic it would be interesting to talk about today. I don't do that. I do it in other videos. I make one every week, for the juice. But the juice is very important. And when you begin to juice greens, like kale, you need a special juicer because they are the fast juicers, the big ones, the not so expensive ones. Oftentimes, they can't process the greens with much fiber. The beet you can do in any juicer, or carrots, so that's the easiest one. The greens are a little bit more difficult. But the kale is the one food energy source with the most nutrients. There is no other food that has so many nutrients with it as the kale. And it's so fascinating. So kale juice, of course, very powerful. And the beet juice is rather gives me a sustain. Lets me sustain. I can when I do a workout, for example, and I drink or eat beets ahead of time, maybe 2 hours or so, I guess it is. I have more endurance. So it's a very powerful thing to drink a beet juice or eat beets. Super healthy. The kale is more for all the main nutrients we have. Yeah, very important. Protein, iron. So many things, vitamins, different. So it's full. It's huge. It's a huge powerhouse. So I combined these two in the juice, and I did it before. I have some kale and beet juices, but usually I begin with a very simple juice. I make a beet juice only, or a kale juice only, and then I add them together. Today I add it together with a very favorite juice of mine since recently. That is a orange apple pear juice. Here I have apples and pears. Pretty much a similar amount here. 2 or 3 apples, 2 or 3 pears, where it fits into 2 cups here or so. It's about 2 cups usually, these containers here. So about 2 cups pears and apples each. And the same amount again, oranges. And I tried this for some time ago. I tried this apple pear orange juice. Funny, it was inspired by a very famous American activist, vegan activist. He had an amazing juice. He always made juices for food for the activists on the street. He was a black activist in America, and I found his book. I read about it a little bit, and I saw this recipe where he in another juice, a smoothie it was, I guess. He combined apples, oranges, and pears, the juice, and I tried it. I was blown away. It's amazing. Gregory is called, very famous, and it's so I tried it oftentimes, and now because together these three are creamy, sweet and sour, perfectly balanced, wonderful flavor combination. And before I never tried that. I made an apple juice, I made a pear juice, I made an orange juice, but all together these three, I never saw that otherwise. So now I do it all the time, and I remake all my other juice recipes using this basic triple juice, and it's amazing. You try that. It's very nice if you have it at hand. If you have all 3 of them at hand. Yeah. The pear is usually used for the beet juice to make it delicious, or the orange too. But the pear is classic for beets. Makes beets delicious, and the apple is more characteristic for a kale juice. The kale juice is sour and a little bit bitter, very strong as juice, and the apple plays into that. And you also need a little bit of pear for the kale if you make it just a kale juice, because the kale otherwise it would be too sour. If you have only apples and kale juice, easily gets too sour. So I oftentimes use pear for kale juice to make it a little bit sweeter. The pear is of course sweeter usually than the apple, and it helps a lot with kale. Kale is a little bit difficult. The flavor is a little bit difficult sometimes. Depends on when you harvest it. When it's harvested after the first frost, that's the best way to harvest it. Then kale can even become sweet. But oftentimes you have kale wherever you get it from, and if it harvested too early, it's then a little bit bitter. So whatever you have, depends on your product, of course. So that is my main ingredients here. The 3 fruit, common fruit, and then pear, kale, and beet. And then I have a refinement here. I could try the juice without here, but I tried today with a refinement here of ginger and lemon. That's a classical combination to refine other recipes, because they do not add so much as another flavor. In this juice, I guess it wouldn't. It just enhances the flavors and the nutrients intake. The ginger does that, for example. Ginger helps to get more from the nutrients from other ingredients, and lemon is an antioxidant. It keeps the other ingredients fresh. They don't turn brown, and so that is very nice. So lemon and ginger is very nice in a juice to enhance the other flavors, to make it more efficient. And here a little bit of peel, lemon peel. I don't know yet if I can use it because, especially when you have greens that tend to be a little bit bitter, I'm shy sometimes to put the lemon peel in because lemon peel makes it also bitter. It can be very delicious when you have this lemony flavor. Also has this bitter appearance, and if you have too much of that in a juice recipe, like with the greens for example, it might not work. So I have to try while juicing how much lemon peel I can take. I'll let you know when I come back. Now I do the juicing and then I come back. See you in a second. That's my juice. And I tell you, yeah, I tried to use some of the peel as I said before, and I thought it might be a little bit too much. So I have 2 or 3 little pieces here in the juice, and then I stopped because it is a strong juice. I tasted as much while I was juicing, and I continued to juice without the peel, and I didn't taste it yet. The final juice, it is here. It's a final juice. I have to taste it right now. I see the color is beautiful. It's a dark red. That's always when you use beet. It's the most powerful ingredient there is color-wise. Beet is always taking over the colors. But when I add some greens, like the kale, also very powerful, that turns into a dark, very beautiful red. Can also, when you have blueberries or so, in addition, that can be almost black and can be so beautiful when these darker colors come together with green and red together. That is beautiful. And you know, colors are important. We know now there are nutrients. Colors are nutrients, colors in food. And the very vital ones, they can be as important as vitamins. They didn't know that first. We didn't know that first, but now we learn more and more about the so-called phytonutrients. And doctors even say eat the rainbow because of the colors. So all the colors should be in the food and on the plate. So colors are important. I see it's a beautiful color. It's important. Just the way it looks, I like. We eat with the eyes first, right? And now the texture is, well, it is a nice texture. It's not too thick, not too thin. Some foam on top. It doesn't matter. And the juice sits for a while. The foam gets away. It dissolves. And now I'm gonna try it. Taste it. Let's see. I'm excited. I know it's a very powerful flavor. It's a rounded flavor. The 3 fruit together are very rounded, sweet and sour, everything in between. A little bit creaminess, so perfect flavor. And now let's see what the beet and the kale do to it. They are both very powerful in their own way. Let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can taste both energies. The green, a little bit sour, the green, and the pear and the beet, like a deep earth flavor. Yeah, warm, dense. Yeah, it's beet, and the fruit makes it all delicious. You couldn't drink a kale juice like that or a beet juice like that. I don't believe that works. Some people like it. I tried it. It begins scratching in the throat. The beet has very strong characters, and you need to add a little bit something, a pear or whatever, to make it delicious without that, so that it doesn't scratch anymore. So that was the fruit do. Yeah. And but this one has both parts, the green and the red part, both nicely balanced, and then the fruit in the background. Nice. And lemon and ginger to raise a little bit everything. Yeah, very nice. You have to try it to taste it, of course. I can't explain what the flavor is like. It just a little bit I can give an idea. That's what it looks like. You see more of the of the foam now, but it begins already to dissolve the bottom of the glass. I will drink that slowly, sip by sip, like a meal, regular meal, on a day where I not fast. Or the other days I don't fast usually. But I have to drink it slowly because this here is what the juicer does. It takes away the fiber, that what usually cannot be digested. But this is very important for our intestine, the bacteria, the gut flora, the crucial part for our immune system and many other things. This is their food. I take it away today. Yeah, that does the juicer, takes the fiber away, because digestion should rest. Yeah, I need the energy to cleanse today. It's a cleansing day. It's a pause, for the regular system. I do something else on a fasting day, like a long night's sleep. That's also what happens on a fasting day. Digestion rest, very important. And the fiber is usually what makes also the nutrients. It moderates the nutrient intake. When you eat something, the fiber takes care that it is only slowly, as needed, the nutrients go into the blood. Without the fiber, nutrients go into the blood like that, just without any pause. And when you drink too fast, there can be a rush in the blood, too much sugar all of a sudden, and then the intestine, the insulin gets crazy. The body doesn't react properly, and you feel bad. So that can happen. So to avoid all these risks, just drink it slowly, sip by sip. Enjoy the flavors. And a fasting day, the senses are more open, and they enjoy more what you taste. At least that's how I feel, and many people that I know say the same. I will drink more today. Of course, this is a liter. There's some more here, so maybe 1.2 liters or so from the plants I have here juiced. And I need 3 more liters. In total, I drink 4 liters on a fasting day. It's only for me. I don't know what the other people feel about that. But if I drink 4 liters, I know I don't get a headache. I feel great. The body works nicely, and I don't feel thirsty or so. Everything's perfect. Water can be tea, coffee, maybe plant milks, broth, veggie broth, of course, anything. Yeah, just liquid. And if it is too much, if it's all too much, if I don't feel great, I eat something. No problem. A light salad maybe, or a soup, a light soup, a smoothie. Oh, no problem. Just has to feel great, because when you feel great, the body, as the energy of the body flows, as the ancient health sciences and arts of health found out. When the body is healthy, and the energy flows in a balanced way in the body. That's the way they talk about it. So balancing is the key part of Eastern medicines, for example, ancient medicines. That's balance. They talk holistically, but the balance is important. Balance of the human being within the system of the body and the mind. Balance of the human with society and nature. All this is comprised in the holistic view of the ancient medicine. Modern medicine, of course, is a science, a Western science with a precise focus, abstract. You only look at one part of all. You don't have everything in the view. It doesn't work. So we have different kinds of sciences and arts of the healing, and the balance story comes from the ancient ones, and not always easy to understand what that really means. But I can tell when I feel balanced, rounded, good, energy flows in a balanced way, I heal. Body begins to heal itself. And if I feel great, that's what that means. I feel great when the balance is there. So that's why the gentle juice fasting is so important. It's very effective. I urge you to try if you like. Everybody can do it for 1 day fasting. That's really no problem. The medical science agrees. So 1 day fasting is very normal, no problem. But when you do more than 1 day, you might want to have a medical surveillance by a health practitioner or so, professional maybe. So if you fast longer, the body can take some harm. Inner organs, for example, you don't feel that immediately. Maybe some surveillance would be recommended. But 1 day, very easy. That's also why I like gentle juice fasting so much. It's so easy. Everybody can do it. And it's so much fun. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you like my videos, subscribe, and be vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. And if you want to know more about gentle juice fasting, there's a website on Facebook page called TriYoga Moon Fasting. TriYoga from the yoga style, where it comes from. And I always post my juice recipes there. There's a fasting calendar for the best fasting days. But never mind, 1 day a week, that's perfect. For me, it works long term. And that's where all these things come into fruition, long term. You do something easy over long term, it becomes very powerful. Okay, you go there and find out. Can be a member very easily. I let you in. And so far, so good. See you soon.